Hi, I'm Georgie Mattingly. This is Project Pine Gap. Today we'll be recreating Artifact 1.4. In your paint pack, you will have received a canvas that we're going to paint onto. You've got your paint by numbers instructions. Make sure you don't throw this out just in case you paint over important numbers. You've got your paints in little pots that are numbered. You've got 3 glittery paintbrushes, all different sizes. You may also like to bring a rag for cleaning brushes in between different paints, a pot of painting water, and a palette. Feel like a real artist. Okay, let's get started. I've put all of my little pots of paint over my palette with a hot glue gun, just for fun and ease of access. Let's start with our thick paintbrush here. Put the other 2 handy. Now start with quite a large area. I reckon let's just target the sky first, number 4. Just come in here. And just get in, don't be too precious at all. And just enjoy the process of painting. As you can see, the colours in this painting, they're very soft and very muted, which is as it was actually described to me by the person who saw it inside Pine Gap. And yeah, I think it's fair to say that, you know, the hours of work, they're really long and they're really hard, and to have a nice painting to look at, one with soft muted colours, it's a basic human right, really. Once we start getting into these really small bits here, it's okay to drop down to one of the smaller paintbrushes. So we can come to our medium-sized brush here. Finally, some nice bright colours getting in there. We're actually painting our own version of this highly secret artwork that not many people get to see. And this painting was described to me by someone who saw it inside Pine Gap. It was described just as we see it, the landscape, the sky, the pine trees, the river. We can actually have a bit of a listen together now to some of that interview if you like. It's quite interesting.
In the top left of the painting, there was a sun, and it was just round, it was just a round white circle. Actually, it was kind of moon-like. Yeah, it could have been, it was kind of like they were making it set in as the sun was setting. Yeah, maybe it was sunset and the moon was coming up. To describe the trees, they were quite dark and shadowy, like a silhouette, almost like a black silhouette from the light coming in from the sky. They were painted on to be quite fuzzy, like all the leaves and the branches, you could see the sky coming through, and they were quite soft edged like that. They were all very soft colours, but also looked very faded. The painting, it actually looked quite badly done. It was almost like someone had just chucked it up there maybe, like they'd gone and done some paint and sip evening or something. It was fucking crass.
Okay, done. Okay, so once we've covered paint everywhere, you can stay tuned. I'm gonna give you an optional extra to take this painting even further if you'd like to. So for this next stage of the painting, you'll need 3 additional brushes. The first one is a small brush, which is cheap and it's just got rough bristles and it's round. The next brush is called a fan brush and it looks like this. And the third brush is a smooth brush, which is square and has a straight edge. So let's start with this tree here on the left. I invite you to get your fan brush and just fill it with paint number 10. And just make sure that you're dipping your fan brush in and getting paint kind of all over the brush. And just dab all the way down that tree line there. Restock the paint. And just come down the left and the right side. Let's do the same for these trees here on the right. Just come down, creating some texture there. Now we're going to get our flat square brush. And I can see here that we've lost any kind of gesture or presence of the moon that we really want to have as the main feature in this painting. So to create the moon, let's just get some of number 20. Feel your paintbrush and just start to turn some circles there. Up and down. Great. So it's starting to appear more. Let's make some of these clouds a bit more defined here. Let's start with number 5. Just dip your square brush in number 5 there and just start to create some sweeping movements up into the sky there. Just really dramatise those clouds. You don't have to be too meticulous about where it goes. Just rub your brush dry, and now let's go for number 11. Fill your brush up and just keep those upwards sweeping movements going. And it's really nice to do this while the number 5 is still wet so that you can blend them together. And now we want to come back and really define the tops of our mountain ranges here. So let's come in with number 23. Put a generous amount on the tip of your square brush and just start to stroke down on the left there. So there the mountains are starting to pop out. And there we have it. Take a step back, have a good look at the artwork you've created, your very own version of an original artwork from the Pine Gap collection. Congratulations.